Hey guys, welcome to my next video. As I promised it, I'm recording this video as a second part of my Easy Recipes app, in which I'm going to explain the technical concept that I use it here. So with that, let's move on to the React. And the React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. In a few words, React comprised mainly of components, and these components is a part of the app. Let's put it in this way. So we have a one app, navbar, main section, sidebar, and each of these sections are considered as a component. So this is where it comes handy. Components can be reused in a different parts of the app. So you don't have to rewrite everything from the scratch again. As well as that, you can use these components totally different projects as well, not only within your current project. It is and declarative. What this means is it prevents you from writing queries. You don't have to write the queries anymore, or write event listeners and link them with a real DOM anymore. So you just simply change the state and React will take care of the rest. And whenever you make a change, the React will update the user interface as well. We are going to go into it a little bit in a second. All right, this is basically it, and let's quickly go over the React lifecycle methods now. There are basically three main lifecycle methods: component did mount, component did update, component will unmount. So basically this method allows you to make operations depending on your component lifecycle. For instance, if you want to fetch some data from API, you can use component did mount and or component did update. So if you don't use, for instance, component did mount, you cannot make asynchronous functions calls and display it to the browser. All right, now let's open this page. It is about React Virtual DOM. Okay, let me move to the diagram here. All right. Why virtual DOM is so important? First of all, let me briefly explain about the real DOM so you guys can understand it better. The browser DOM or real DOM is bit costly in terms of re-rendering it every time the user makes changes. So for instance, if a user triggers some change, then a real DOM will take immediate action. It will change the nodes in this DOM pretty fast. And but when it comes to re-rendering that changes to the browser, it slows down your app if there are too many changes. So therefore, virtual DOM comes in handy, and it will avoid this re-rendering, calling re-rendering method, render method several times, and it's not a real DOM, and it's just a programming concept where the React elements will be stored somewhere in the memory, and it compares a previous state with a new state, and it will make calculations and make the best way to make this app fast and update real DOM with the most optimal way, in the most optimal way. All right, let's jump into the Redux part now. In a Redux, this is actually also JavaScript library, which is which helps to store and manage your state management. It's it's all about state management. Okay, let's now go to the diagram. This is, I think, the best diagram which would explain the whole data flow in a Redux. Okay, from the initially the user interface will be called based on the initial state in the store, which is also based on the reducer. And whenever the user calls, makes some changes, just for instance, like calls like a click event, it will be taken to the event handler, and event handler will dispatch action with storing that data in the payload. Then store will receive that data, that action inside the reducer, and the reducer will make appropriate changes to the store. And eventually that state, once the reducer makes the change to the state, that state is changed, and it will make relevant updates to the corresponding components. Okay, this is basically it. And let me also quickly show my diagram that I specifically built this diagram for my app. I think this would be helpful to explain. So this is actually the what is that, the tree, my project tree. So as you can see, here is a React DOM, then HTML DOM renders that React DOM. Then we have a provider here. I think it is it's time, so I will be short. We have here the Redux linked containers, actually, which are also components. Then we have all other components as well. All right, I think this is it for this video. If you guys have any questions, you are welcome. Leave them, and I will try to answer to them as well. Thank you, and see you soon.